And Corla, first of all, can I thank Sinn Féin for bringing forward this timely and important motion. For many families, this is a priority. Indeed, for many families that are trying to provide home care, either part or full-time, they find it exceptionally difficult to do so, and many are really struggling. As more and more people live longer and demand for home care increases significantly, this is the issue. And of course, everybody wants to remain in their own home. We want it for our parents, our elderly relatives, and we will want it for ourselves. So this is the problem we're facing. Now, Minister, can I say it's great to see you here this evening, and I listened to what you said earlier in your intervention, that you have increased home care hours. But as you said yourself, the demand is increasing at a pace, and despite the progress that you have made, many people are still unable to access the home care they need, or their families that need that care to support them. I commend you on your action in regard to the new tender for private home care providers, where you told us that will include the payment of the living wage and mileage allowance, and I fully endorse what my colleague Deputy Connolly has said about that. But it is totally unacceptable, Minister, that home care workers travel from one home to another, sometimes long distances in rural areas, without any payment for mileage or indeed any allowance for the time spent travelling. Caring and home care are hugely valuable work, and salaries and conditions commensurate with its value must be paid. Otherwise, it continues to be undervalued, and people, men and women, will not enter the profession. I agree it's an overhang of the fact that caring was seen as women's work carried on behind closed doors. That's the reason that salaries are so low. Caring must be seen to be and be a fulfilling career. Right now, it's not. Now, Minister, as many other TDs have said, the reality about home care in many cases is that even when a package is allocated, and it's not easy to get an allocation, but even when it's allocated, perhaps a half hour in the morning, half hour in the evening, sometimes there are no carers to do that work 7 days a week. You might get 5 days, you might get 4 days. There's often no cover for holidays, for bank holidays, if somebody has COVID, if somebody in their family has COVID. Now, that's not always the case, but it often is, Minister, and there are many families that are really struggling. Finally, Minister, the programme for government has committed to the introduction of a statutory scheme to support people in their own homes. Now, I could be wrong, but it was my understanding that we were looking forward to such a scheme being put in place at the end of this year. So I'm asking you, Minister, when will that scheme will be in place? When will there be an entitlement to home care? When will that be put on a statutory footing? Thank you.